Joining me now is House Transportation Committee member and member of the House Aviation Subcommittee, New Jersey Congressman Jeff Van Drew. Congressman, thanks so much for being with us this weekend.
Always good to be with you, Maria. Thank you.
Even if we are being optimistic and everything passes the Senate and the House votes to end the shutdown this upcoming week, how long until paychecks start going out again and airport staffing resumes? We're hearing air traffic controllers and TSA agents have been forced to take on second jobs. And when the government finally reopens, they may not come back. We're weeks away from Thanksgiving. So what does holiday travel look like then?
Secretary Duffy is doing the right thing. Because of the Democratic shutdown, they're working part-time jobs or other full-time jobs, the TSA agents and also the air traffic controllers. They're tired, they're worn thin. We do not want an accident. We do not want a problem. We've got to make sure that we can handle what we have there. And it's unfortunate and it's terrible, but it needs to be done in order for safety's sake. But now we are where we are. So what we need to do is obviously come up with another plan. The continuing resolution that we have, the CR that we have, that little mini budget is pretty useless now because the time is already just about up. So we need another continuing resolution. And I believe we need an agreement to say, okay, we're not promising you what we're going to do on health care, but we are going to have a vote on health care. We need to deal as Republicans with the health care issue. You just can't let the Obamacare thing lapse and do nothing and people have no health care or have to pay double. That's wrong. It's counterproductive. It's going to hurt us politically. And I just don't think it's the right thing to do. So we have to in some way deal with that issue as well. That's the answer. And I think that's doable. I think the Senate is going to do it.
So what? They'll do a vote on extending the Obamacare subsidies?
They're separate votes, obviously, probably two separate votes, I would think. So the first vote would be, let's keep government open. Let's do a CR. The argument's going to be, is it longer term or shorter term? We need a new one. The last one's already just about lapsed. So we need to do the CR. Get that vote done. Get that squared away. Promise that we are also going to bring up on the floor of the House some sort of health care plan. I would think the easiest thing to do, because the Obamacare, the ACA, is lapsing as we speak. People are getting their new premiums. Their premiums are doubling and even more than that. So we need to do something to stop that immediately. Subsidize short term. I hate Obamacare. I hate that I have to say this, but in the short term, don't allow people's health care to double in cost. Don't take their health care away. Subsidize it no more than a year. I would not agree to more than a year. And then as we're working throughout that year, come up with a good alternative plan and get rid of the ACA, Obamacare. That's a plan.
Are you suggesting that Republicans are taking away people's health care? Because Democrats on Capitol Hill are pointing their fingers at Republicans, calling these FAA flight restrictions political theater. Watch this.
They continue to refuse to even talk to us and instead go about making air traffic in this country actually worse instead of better.
This is another attempt at putting a pressure on Congress to reopen the government.
It's certainly devastating and certainly inconvenient. Is it more important than 24 million Americans losing their health insurance or not being able to afford their rent? No, that needs to be solved.
So, Congressman, what about that? What are Republicans doing I mean, you just said we can't take people's health care away.
Look, I'm going to be blunt. We need to deal with it. I would, Maria, if you said, what does Jeff Van Drew want to do? I'd like to be there right now. I'd like to be working on the health care issue, coming up with a good compromise. Forget about the Democrats. We should be able to do this even within our own caucus and say in the longer term, within a year, we are going to have a good, solid, thorough replacement for what is terrible Obamacare. We've just been subsidizing insurance companies, but in the short term, people are getting their renewal notices. Their premiums are doubling. So I'm saying we need to deal with that now, because otherwise number one, it's the right thing to do, just morally. Number two, we're going to get killed. Maria, it's always about, I'm going to be very blunt again, it's about winning. We have to win the midterms. It's going to be a hell of a hard thing to do. And if people are just struggling with their health care, it's not going to help us. So we have that responsibility. We should deal with it. So we need to forget about the filibuster, get government open. We could do so many good good things, and the president has emphasized this over and over again. If we didn't have the filibuster with our Republican majority, we could make significant positive improvements. That's what we should do. The second thing is, I just talked about health care and how tough a year it's going to be next year in the midterms. We're going to win. Maria, I believe we're going to win. I do, because we're on the right side. But we got to put our thinking caps on. The Democrats are smart at politics. We have to be smarter. That's the bottom line.
Yeah, great point. Congressman, it's good to see you. We'll be watching your work, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.